Hello everyone, this is MMA Interesting Prospects podcast. Today our guest is current lightweight champion of RSFC, Axel Sola. Hello Axel, how are you?
Very good, and you?
I'm good, thanks. Axel, in your last fight, you become a champion of actually a quite big promotion. It was a good fight, but also I think that it can be, could be a little bit tough. And if you can tell me how does it feel to be a champion in such a big promotion?
Being champion in this promotion is a kind of, reward for the works done since I turned pro, so 2 years ago. So I'm very happy to win this match. But it's just the beginning. Most of my fight are ahead of me, so I keep training and keep looking forward to the next challenge.
And how exhausting was this fight for you? Because it was a lot of grappling, clinching, and even for the fans' perspective, it looked like really like tiring.
Not that much, the energy management was good. There was some moments in the fight I had to manage my energy, like accept, to rest in a dominant or being dominated position. But, I know to manage energy in 5 rounds, you cannot change that much your cardio in just one camp. You are most probably going to have the same cardios and the 3 rounds fight that you prepared the fight before. So it's just about energy management. So sometimes you have to accept to make it last a bit, the position, the sequences, or the striking in order to have the juice to fight and to put some, acceleration in the coming sequences.
And also you finished your opponent in the fourth round, so it like showed how good your cardio is, because you can be like so tired that you would like to go to the like final decision, but you still were able to defeat him in the fourth round. So I think that it is a quite impressive thing.
Actually, at this moment of the finish, I could accelerate way more, like maybe 30 seconds sprint more in the gas tank, because the sequence just before I hit him on the striking, I was being dominated on the grappling, on the grappling sequences, and I just accept to lose the position. The position was lost. I accept to take time to get it back, to not rush it, to go slowly, in order to being able to go for it and win the round at the end of these sequences, these grappling sequences. But I find out that my opponent was hurt when I try to accelerate and I make the win on this moment.
Do you know who will be your next opponent for the title?
So for now, RS is proposing 4 opponents, the one I just fight with. I'm not very up for this fight because winning this guy is a dangerous guy. But winning a win over him doesn't make me move forward in the general classement, in the general ranking. So not very up for this fight, but the fight itself is interesting. Fight twice the same person. I think it's very interesting because there is a lot of things you can work on, especially on the 4-round fights. I mean, on the sporting aspect, it's very interesting. On the career building aspect, is not that much. They think about Agi Sardari. It's a very interesting matchup. It's a very tough fighter, very complete. He have a good record, so if I manage to beat someone like him, I will go up in the ranking, definitely. Amin Fairness is a very good fighter also. Same as Agi. If I manage to beat him, it would make me up in the ranking. And the fourth one is another French fighter, which is also a better ranking than me. So also a good fighter. So also fights are interesting. But for now, nothing is decided.
When I was looking for the like fighters in the lightweight division in RSFC, when I saw Agi Sardari, I thought that he would be a perfect guy for you, because he's a very experienced fighter. He also was a Cage Warriors champion, so I think that in this stage of your career, it would be a great fight for you to fight against such a dangerous and also experienced guy. So it was a
Yes.
first name.
Yes, definitely. I think on the sporting aspect, this guy make more sense to fight him. But there is something else. There is not just me. There is also Agui and what you have to do. I'm not sure, but I think it was just a one shot he did in RS. So I think this guy most probably have a lot of opportunity of fighting in different organizations. So it's all gonna be in the negotiation with RS, and if they're ready to put the money on to keep this kind of guy on the roster. So this doesn't depend of us as fighter, but depend of manager and matchmaker of different organizations. So we'll see how it goes.
And if we can talk a little bit more about your beginnings in the sport, do you have any other background before starting MMA training?
Yes, sure. I start with karate. Karate, the Shotokan one, so the one you don't take hit. It's like defense sport. You have to touch to get the point. Unfortunately, I was not in the very competitive club. It was like the hood club, so a lot of kata. So I was a bit frustrated, but still get something from it. Was the distance management, the way of fighting and moving. I think I'm more like karate based style. So yeah, that's it.
But after karate training, do you have in mind that maybe MMA would be good for you, or it happened later on that you decided to be an MMA fighter?
I was doing hockey in a good level in national team, not national team, but at national level we were very, very good. And the year after I started MMA, my friends became a world champion in junior, so they were pretty good for hockey player. But I wanted to do a sport where the winning or the loss only depend of my work and my investment in sports, because I know that if it's the case, I will be mostly more invested in what I'm doing. So I always like combat sport. I was a bit frustrated with karate because so many rules and so many restrictions. And I was thinking about sambo, but my uncle knew this gym, MMA gym was just opening, brought me there, and it was like this then on, like everything's allowed. I fell in love with the sport at this moment, and I never stopped since. So I was 15 years old.
And what is the gym that you are currently training in?
My main gym is Boxing Squad in East France since I started MMA. I also train in KHK MMA time to time. It's been a long time I didn't train there, unfortunately, but I'm still in good relation with the main coach. So I know that I will spend more time over there for the rest of my career, because so many good sparring, perfect for me. So many talent over there also. And yeah, that's it mainly. Train in France and in KHK. Time to time, I've been to All Star Gym, which is a very good gym in Europe too. But okay, now I'm looking maybe to, most probably I will go to Texas next week. Next week, like beginning of February, to train over there. So I'm gonna go in the Danaher gym. So I want to raise up my nogi skills.
And with the KHK team, it's like when I'm hearing the name, the first name that I have in mind is always Muhammad Mokaev, who is like a top level flyweight. He's one of the probably a future champion. And how did you get to this team?
I was fighting against them in amateur MMA, and when I turned pro, His Highness Sheikh Khalid offered me opportunity to fight in Brave and to join the team and to prepare over there. So I definitely accept to go over there, because I fought them and I know how good they were. So it was very good experience, and as I said, I can't wait to be back there and to evolve with them, because of course Mokaev is very good. He's an amazing prospect, but he's not the only one. There is so much guy like Murad Guisinov, like Ramazan Gitinov, and so much guy in different weight class. So it's perfect place for me, and I really want to keep going the relation with them.
And with Boxing Squad, do you have a chance to train to young prospects, the guy that maybe right now that they are not really known, but in 2 or 3 years they can be in the
Oh
big
yeah,
promotions?
sure. We have some amateurs guy, very good. There is Orges Bajrami, there is Kalim Mastouri, there is Maurice brother, but all those guys for now are amateur, but definitely that because they're gonna shine professional later. Right now there is in professional, there is of course Manon Fiorot, which is in UFC. She's #1 ranked female fighter. We have some veterans like Ilyes Broly, you know. And of course, my friend Virgil Hogan, we evolved in MMA together. So he's a middleweight fighting in RS2. He was supposed to fight for the belt same night as me, but his opponent failed the weight. So they just fight regular one, but he's supposed to be champ too. So many guys, you know, Barry's, many good guys, but you know it's always good to change your environment, to go out of your comfort zone, to change the way you train with different coach, different vision of it, and it's always something that make you grow as a fighter and person. So I cannot just stay in this and evolve there, even if the quality of training is good. You need this comfort zone exits.
Yes, definitely you will be better because of it, and also you can like help your training partners in France later on with this kind of experience from the other teams.
Yes, sure, definitely.
And you actually had an amazing amateur career. You, according to Topology, you were 19-5, fighting against top levels amateurs. And what was the reason behind such a long amateur career? Because usually we can see that sometimes the fighters have like one or two amateur bouts, and you have over 20.
I was doing study at this moment. I was in university and I wasn't able to fully commit to MMA. So I was fighting in amateur in order to keep it with competitive fights, you know, to be in real fight. Since I stopped university, I turned pro and I can fully commit to my training, to the diet. So it's better, you know. But you know, 20 up to 30 fights in amateur MMA now is not something unique. You know, there's so many guys now who have even more fights than me in amateur. No, and I think it's good for the sport because those guys will have better evolution and the quality of the fight we're gonna have, it's gonna be better and better and better. So if I was younger, I would go for 50 amateur fights, but I started a bit late to fight in amateur because at my time it wasn't that much developed in France and also worldwide. So yeah.
And of course, because of this, you are such an experienced guy. Even being 0-0 a few years ago, you had more than 20 bouts. So it's kind of crazy. And like maybe there were times that your opponents didn't want to fight you because you are 0-0 or 1-0, but you are on the such a high of the level.
I never struggled to find an opponent. You know, I mean, many of the guys are fighting. They're here for fight, you know, and they are not afraid of the challenge. I think it's even the opposite. It's you know, it's like motivating when you know you're gonna fight someone who's gonna be good. It will make you wake up earlier, train longer and harder, you know. So I never struggled that much to find opponents. And I think to my teammate Ramazan Gitinov, which is a KHK fighter, he's like a 30 fight win streak or maybe 40 in amateur, you know, like even more fight than me, and he didn't lose, you know. And he's fighting fights, you know, like, you know, every fight is different. Whatever you done before, when you fight, all of that doesn't matter. No, it's all about the moment and how much you are involved in it.
And what's his plan for your career for let's say next 2 or 3 years? Do you want to be in RSFC defended the belt few times, or you like have a UFC in mind that as the place that you would like to go in the end?
So in RS, when you are champion in your contract, it's right that you automatically have 4 more fights to do with them. So now I have 6 fights to do with RSFC before I'm being able to go out of it. The only thing that can take me out of it is a UFC release. I have UFC release on my contract, so If UFC propose me something, of course, I can go over there. Otherwise, I will have to defend my belt until I finish all the 6 fights before thinking about going in different organization. So RS is okay for me because, you know, today my main problem is like I'm not that much from the public. And, you know, better be a bad fighter, but with a lot of support on the social media than being a good fighter without the support. And RS is allowing me to get known in France because I'm French. It's a French organization fighting in front of French in the French crowd. So it's easier for me to gain some, you know, recognition from public of my country, and definitely that would help for the rest of my career. So longer I will be in RS, bigger I could make people good. Bigger will be the support I will have from my people from France. So definitely it will help me to get to the top level organization and to have the top pay, because you know the goal is to, you know, it's asking a lot of investment of time and energy, and you have to find a way to get money out of it, you know, because it's an investment of time and energy, and you need to have the payback of it. I mean, it's not the goal, but if you can have it, it's always good, because it means like you're gonna have good quality of life and you can help people around you. So yeah, the goal now is just, you know, to move forward until the big opportunity happens. You know?
And I think that in RSFC you still can get like big fights for the like title defenses. So you, when you will get a UFC shot, you will be even more dangerous and more experienced. So it can also be good for you, because at this point of your career you will not get a like 2-2 guy, let's say.
Yeah, sure. I never had 2-2 guy anyway. I was fought undefeated guy or experienced fighter. But yeah, definitely. I mean, if it's not for now, it's not for now. You have to be patient, and your time will come.
And who is your favorite fighter to watch, either from UFC or any other organization?
I like to watch my friend Virgil Hogan how he fight. But I like it even more in training because he didn't show everything yet in his fight, but I like it. But you know, like more generally, there is so much fighter. But I would say like the fighter in UFC that I like the most is the bit Magomed Shakurov, because so complete, you know, so complete, so entertaining. I'm definitely not fighting like him, but you know, like when he was fighting, it was always some art, you know, art display. So yeah.
Yes, definitely a top level guy. And also you have, I would say that you have a like frame for going to the welterweight division, and you are fighting in the lightweight. So do you see yourself being like welterweight in the end in next few years?
The only reason that could make me fight in welterweight is to gain sufficient strength for this weight class. You know, right now we have a French welterweight in the gym, which is fighting in UFC, Kevin Jussé, and definitely it's another level of strength and stability. You know, it's asking me so much more energy to move this guy. It will also take him down, or you know, and I feel it's different level of body type, you know, not body type, but of strength overall, because I think it's your strength that dictate your weight class. So I'm very big for lightweight. I'm not hiding it. It's tough for me to go down over there. I can do it like pretty straightforward, but I cannot do it regularly. That's the problem. I cannot do it 4 times a year. Like maybe, but it's gonna be very hard, you know. And it's a bit of shame because in this sport you need to be active, especially if you want to move fast forward in the ranking, whatever is the organization you are fighting in. So you know, like I'm in between lightweight and welterweight, ideally, but I can do lightweight. So for now, I'm fighting this weight class, and I need to, I'll say, I need to make better my way making processes. You know, I need to progress over it. So I can do it, but I can do better in the way I'm doing it. And for this, I need to keep fighting in lightweight. So, but maybe in the future, I'm 26 years old. I'm not that young anymore, but body can still change until 30. So we'll see how it goes.
Probably you have like many years of career in you. So there is a chance that in the end you will be like fighting in the welterweight in next few years.
Maybe.
And
Maybe, but if I go to welterweight, the physical shape of it,
and how do you deal with the stress before your fights?
Oh, I'm just staying focused on the moment, and if I cannot empty my mind, I'm talking to myself a lot. So what I'm gonna do, I'm not focusing on the result because you don't have control over it. The only thing you have control is what you're gonna do in this situation, this situation, this situation, this situation. So it depends. Closer I am of the fight, less simpler is the what I have in mind. But I talk to myself a lot. Okay, I'm gonna manage the distance. I am focused. I'm not letting this guy go in. I'm strong on my punch, and I keep talking to myself like this until the fight starts. Once I'm in the cage, I start to slowly focus on my opponent, and when the fight starts, I'm in the fight. And when the fight is started, you're not thinking about anything else.
You probably really can't think about anything when you are in the cage because the consequences will be like very high.
Definitely.
And one last question, it's outside of fighting. Do you have a bucket list? So the list that the things that you would like to do before you will die, and if you have this kind of list, can you share one of the like dreams that you would like to accomplish?
Okay, of course I want to fight in the UFC, because when I saw MMA, I was watching UFC and, make me even more fall in love with sports. So, fighting among the fighter I always watch will be something good, but definitely not enough for me. I want to go as far as possible. And as all fighter who have ambition, I want to be UFC champion. But I have a clear idea of what I have to accomplish out of the fight before being able to do it in the fight. I have many progress to do. And, this is what is stimulating in sports, but in everything in life, I'm doing it with sports, but it can be with music, it can be with whatever, trying to reach mastery in something is really carrying you over the life, and it's really stimulating, and I'm just chasing mastery in MMA for now. I know one day it will stop because you cannot be an athlete all your life, but for now I'm fully committed to it and I really enjoy the process.
Okay, Axel, so many thanks for the conversation. I hope that we can see you in the RSFC cage really soon, and in 2 or 3 years we can see you in the UFC because in the end
Oh, I
probably.
hope even before. I hope even this year I will make it.
Oh yes, so it would be
Why not, huh?
even better.
Yeah, we'll see, but it's not depending on me. What is depending on me? It's winning and winning with the good way. So I will work on this and everything will come,
Yes,
hopefully.
yes, and you are doing it every time. Okay, so thank you.
Thanks to you.